Good day to you one and all, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. Today it's comments day, wherein I'll read out some of your missives and remarks that you've left in the comments section of these videos over the past week or so, and I'll react to them. Yes, let's get into it. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Again. Do you like that slow... Again, slow vibrato technique. I don't. Again. Right. Oh, my hat. How do people do that when they take their guitars off and they've got one of these hats with the unusually large peak? Ah, there. No. The good thing about these glasses is that when you get to my age and you can't read things close up, you just do this. Suddenly you can see them. It's brilliant. Suddenly. Right, so straight in. I think this one's about the Johnny Depp episode that I did a few days ago. Dunsfold Dave said, well, we waited 2 years for this Jeff Beck gig. The clue's in the title. We paid to see a full Jeff Beck show. It was a massive disappointment to have most of the second half of the show basically with the Jeff Beck band being Johnny Depp's backing band. People did leave. We paid loads of cash to have a special evening in an expensive box, having seen Jeff Beck a few times, and we said we'd never go again. It showed no respect to his paying fans. If Johnny Depp had just popped in and sung one song, then no problem. That's a really interesting perspective. I think when he showed up at the Sheffield gig, I think that gave people an inkling of what would happen in the London one, and perhaps it was so well received that they, you know, the Jeff Beck and his team probably misjudged the reaction to that. You know, when you to read your comment, it's really well put. I think that's a really an interesting perspective, isn't it? You pay a load of money to see Jeff Beck, and then it's basically Johnny Depp. It isn't what you signed up for, I suppose. But the bits I saw, I did think that, you know, I think if anybody's on stage with Jeff Beck, he doesn't really have a rival, does he? In the sense that, you know, like a Mick and Keith, or a Joe Perry and a, you know, Steven Tyler. That kind of, there's nobody who can actually compete with Jeff Beck's playing. No disrespect to Johnny or anybody else, actually. So it's kind of, I just think it's a foil to Jeff Beck's rapier, isn't it? You really do, you get to hear him playing more as an actual guitarist in a band, I suppose, where he's having to sort of work around a vocal. And if it's not Johnny Depp that's doing that, it's going to be somebody else from Jeff Beck's band, isn't it? I think I can't really imagine Jeff Beck playing second fiddle to anybody, really. But if that's the way you saw it, then I'll bow to your perspective, really, because I wasn't there. But the bits I saw, I was still blown away by Jeff Beck's playing. But anyway, thanks for your comment. It's a really interesting perspective. Robert Essere says, Mr. Hawkins, in your opinion, what makes a person a good songwriter? I don't know. In my opinion, it's people who do things that the rest of us sort of scratch our heads and wonder how they got to it. You know, the things where it just seems to be magic and you can't actually. It's alchemy, and you know it really is magic. You just sort of think, oh, how did they come up with that? You know, and I think there's a lot of songwriters out there, and you can sort of hear a naked sort of extraction of an influence from something that's, in a lot of instances, only written a few years ago and hasn't really had a chance to come back round again. Or you hear things where you know how they've arrived at it. You can it's almost like when you see like an amazing equation, but you can see them working out all the other maths in pencil next to it. And the guys that just sort of do something and you think, well, how the fuck did they come up with that? Those are the ones I love. The ones that have the X factor, not the series, the thing that the series is named after, that sort of certain je ne sais quoi that the rest of us don't have, and just people who just make you go, wow, didn't even think that was possible. Farah Duba says, good day to you, Justin. I would like to know what makes you believe in someone. Guitar player, singer, Thanks in advance. Wow. Well, I don't. I suppose everybody's got a different set of criteria that inspires that kind of faith. But for me, if it's a guitar player, you want to be able to put your own guitar down and just leave them to it, and then to have it's a type of charisma I think that a guitar player has to have to be able to hold down a rhythm part, which is basically carrying the whole band in that sort of set of frequencies, without the assistance of a pianist or an orchestra or any other sort of accompaniment in that area. People like my brother is really fantastic at it. Malcolm Young, those kinds of rhythm players, the dependable ones, the ones that you can rely on when the going gets tough and the tough get going. Singers, I think they just have to move you, don't they? Just have to hear something in their voice, or I think with singers it's like the imperfections that I'm drawn to, like things the way voices break and the way it feels like. I like a singer that's right on the edge of failure and operating at the very limit of their abilities, and they could go either way. I think it's much more exciting to listen to someone who's just about to destroy their instrument. I love hearing that. Steve Veramontes says, hot take, Kate Bush has an annoying voice. As you were. Right. It's not for everybody, but it is for me, so I don't agree with you. But thanks for your comment, Steve. Good stuff. Funny. Sorry, Miko Blingo says, I have zero sympathy for him. Oh, this is about Steven Tyler, I think. He's a rich and successful grown-ass 74-year-old man. He's damn near 80. What the fuck? If he wants to drink, then drink. Just to interject here, I don't think we were talking about drinking. I think it was painkillers because he had an operation on his foot and he needed some pain management and found himself becoming too dependent on the pain medication, according to the statement. So I don't know what that drink thing, I don't know why you're talking about drink there. It doesn't apply to this instance. If he wants to quit, then grow up and quit. What kind of 75-year-old man can't control himself? Well, I'll tell you what kind, an addict for a start. I'm not listening to I want to quit but just can't because it's too hard nonsense. It's alcohol. It's not alcohol, it's painkillers. Get over it. It's not something you need, so just find something better to do. If you can't, then don't. I don't understand why we have to care about a 70-year-old who can't stop drinking. It's his twilight years, what the fuck. I don't know why Miko Blingo is so angry about all that, but so apoplectic is Miko Blingo that they're talking about alcohol all the time. It's not about alcohol. He's had an operation and the pain medication has made him, has challenged his ongoing battle with addiction. So that's why I sympathise. I think it doesn't matter whether you're 75 or 15. Addiction is a reality for a lot of people, and it's hard to get through. Don't think that whether you have sympathy for him or not really matters. To be honest, it's every individual's personal battle, isn't it? In those cases. Personally, I hope he manages to find his way through all that and gets back on the road, because I just enjoy hearing him sing, regardless of how old he is and how weak or otherwise you think he is. Dylan Di Pier Domonico says, for me, Freebird, Lynyrd Skynyrd is my fave solo of all time. What's your favourite solo? That's cool. Good question, actually. Oh, I don't know. Fuck, that's really tough. It might be one of Brian May's, actually. Give me a second. I'll think of my favourite solo of all time. No, I won't. I'm just going to say it. I did an episode about my favourite solos. Jeff Beck's, actually, one of his was on there. The one that he contributed to a John Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory soundtrack. But I think my favourite solo of all time is, I always love that solo that Angus Young plays in Up to My Neck in You on the album Power Age, because it's basically a long blues solo, and the intensity really picks up towards the end, and it's just loads of really great sort of well-chosen Chuck Berry-esque riffs and licks, and it's just really well played. Loads of dynamics in it, and it builds and builds. Although, actually, no, my favourite solo is... It's the solo that Mark Knopfler plays at the end of Tunnel of Love. There, I said it. I'm a dad rocker. What do you want me to say? You know that. Got to say thank you to the super thanks people. Mood Zero Indigo, Darren Hall, Jeff Murray, ADE87, Dylan DiPierdomenico, Natalia Balby, EJ Clark. That's not you, Elliot, is it? Brilliant. Reed Jorgensen, Regina. I know some of you guys. Carrier from Oz, Matt Handford and Dustin Nulf have all offered super thanks, so I really appreciate that. Super thanks, of course, is, I don't know, it's a new thing that you can do. You'll find it somewhere. I think it's in the comments. You just have to press something and then you can do a super thanks, and then I'll give you a shout out every time I do these. Keep coming back. Thanks a lot for all of your support, and I'll see you all on the ice. Lots of love to you, and adieu. Thank you so much. Oh wait, I'll do the song. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Watch one of these 2 videos, and I'll see you later. Thank you.